know it's late, y'all. Everybody tag one sister for me. Or at least right now, while they drumming, share the video on your page. Tag one sister and or share the video on your page.
Button real quick for me. Get the sisters over. Oshun, peace Oshun. The sisters wanted to start it off playing a drum for y'all. It's Kefa Ma'at Hotep. She's a part of the Kadaka Haba Trinity. Luna. For me to play and hold the camera at the same time. I'll get it in a second though. Somebody else will hold the camera real quick. Just to get your energies up a little bit. And relax. Peace, Crystal. Thanks for all the love. We love y'all. Libra, peace. Oshun says peace, Cafe and Luna. Because it's sound healing. Like Source said, don't you know I've given you rhythm? What is rhythm? Rhythm is just sound. It's competitive vibration, which creates sound. Sound creates matter. Everything is birthed through sound. Peace, Crystal. Vibrates with your being. You can connect your being to this sound. relax yourself to the point where you can allow your cellular rhythm to go with the rhythm of the drum, your heartbeat to go with the drum, and become one with that sound. You can speak healing over yourself via the drum, via sound. See, but we listen to, a lot of us listen to the wrong sounds. We listen to sounds that's not healing to us, but sounds that's disruptive to the cells. That make cells move away from each other, opposed to binding or coming close together. And because we have that disunity within ourselves, and we also have that disunity with other cell beings around us, we can't connect to other beings because our personal rhythms are off. Keep your rhythms in check. Keep your children's rhythms in check. And it's all about what you listen to, what you allow them to listen to. All of this is a part of tonight's talk. It's about church. Right here. This was the first church. See, now you go to church and you listen to church music. And you feel the spirit according to what somebody tell you to feel. And you Ebo Shia, the devil's a liar, making shit the fuck up. That was never church. Church was just where the drum come from. Did y'all know that the drum, the first being on the planet to play the drum was the wombman? That's how the war cry came out through her when the men were out hunting like they supposed to. She would play the drums to let them know if a threat was coming, a lion was coming into the camp. She would play the drum. She would play the drum at the water and send the sounds across the water to the tribe and let them know it's time to come and fuck in, it's time to come eat now. That's why we played the drum. And then we would sit around in sister circles and we would have church. We would get on one accord. We would connect on one vibration. You have to connect them wombs back together. That's the original church. See, they say when more than one person come together in the name of so-called God, he comes in the midst of you. That was dealing with the wombs. And there was an ancient proverb. The woman gave up the drum, and she gave the drum to the man. That's why y'all see the men playing the drum. Now, you go to these African fiestas and African schools, you have all these men playing the drum. Because she said she was passing the drum. But the day when you see this particular tree, I forget the name of the tree, sorry, I'll look it up for y'all. There's a particular tree on the planet. When you see that tree start to die, the womb man will take the drum again. Right now, all over the planet, that tree is dying. Because it's your turn to pick up the drum again. It's your turn to lead the church again. I told you, when two or more come together in the name of God, the Spirit of God come in the midst of you. If you are just pregnant and you're calling on God and you're connecting with God, that's two right there. Church is already happening. Church started in the womb. Everything started with you, sister. But see, today when you go to this patriarchal church, and everything about this church is led by the man. The number one enemy in plain sight to the black woman is the white man. This is your enemy. This is the one in Genesis, I think it's 3:16 or 3:21 that says, I will have enmity between you and your seed. The snake will have enmity between you and your seed. That black woman. He never fought Adam. He always fought you. But then you go to church led by a man. Men leading you to God. Then you go home and you put these white Jesus on the church. Okay, this one is going to offend some people. But let me say this. I'm not here to sugarcoat for you. I'm here to send you an awakening. You accept the awakening or you don't. But once you hear the awakening, once you hear the tones, then you become responsible to them, whether you like it or not. Every being in that book that you call the Holy Bible or the Helios Biblios, which means sun book, every hero was a man. The men were supposed to subdue the woman. Even Jesus was more important than Mary. She the fucking one who had a virgin birth. And her mother before her had a virgin birth. But you didn't recognize her because the whole book is patriarchal and it gears toward the phallus. See, they were so afraid of you. Go get the wombs, y'all. Everybody share it what's on your page if you haven't already. Right now, please share it what's on your page. Because the sisters need to hear this. 100 people may see it, but one sister may be saved. And that's the one we're looking for. So if it resonates with your being, share it on your page. So somebody else can benefit from the message also. See, all these male beings, even Jesus disrespected his mother when he said, "Woman, I am not your son. I am the son of the Father." The Father ain't never birthed shit. Taught you right there to disrespect the wombs. When nothing is on this planet without the wombs. This may hurt your feelings, but the sisters need to get the fuck up out the church. Thank you for all who came, all who did their best, but fuck a TD Jakes. Whatever your preacher name is, if he's calling on Jesus, if he got a cross in the back of his church or on his neck. Okay, what is a cross, y'all? What's a cross? Let's say a Messiah come today named Darvai Ceka, and the military come in and blow her fucking head off. So then do we wear little guns on our necks and put little guns on the steeples of our church? What that mean is, when you wear the cross, you're wearing the murder weapon of your Christ. Doesn't even make sense. Why the fuck are you walking around with the murder weapon of Christ? No, you're supposed to flaunt what he did uplifting. What did he do to uplift you? Wear that shit. If it was a true story. It may hurt some of your feelings, but I ain't here to sugarcoat shit. How do you know that the Bible is real? How have you proven it to yourself that the Bible is real? I'll say it again. You have the absolute right to self-discovery. You have the right to self-discover for yourself. So when your mother told you that that book was real, and your father and your grandmother and your preacher told you that that book was real, what part of it have you proven to yourself? What character in that book did you go look up? Because how about this? If the disciples were real, they wasn't monks. Disciples were real. Wouldn't they have children on the earth today that we all be trying to go see? Why isn't one person in that Bible lineage on the fucking earth right now that we are making pilgrimage to go kiss their feet or some shit? Why can't any of it be proven? Why is there no lineage of this? But why then when you look back to stories that's way older than this story, you can go find that lineage. You got the exact same story 5,000 years older with the story of Horus, Isis, and Osiris. Horus being the virgin birth after his father died. So Isis produced a daughter and that fed her sister. But you can go on the walls of Egypt and see that shit to be real. Somebody wrote that motherfucking shit. Where can you go to find Mary, Joseph, or Jesus' lineage anywhere? And anything that they show you about is this spooky ass story. The shrine of Turin and shit, with the print of his face, or the crying statue. They got hoses and pumps in that motherfucker. Why do we just listen to? But it's not our fault though, and I'm answering it myself. Because we're programmed to listen to. Because if you're getting it from birth, and I'm programming you from birth, and I am the mother of civilization, and you just came out of me, and I'm teaching you this. Because the women are more into the church than men. We're teaching our daughters and sons to go to this white boy who is the number one enemy. But you'll wear Jesus on. That era is over. Let me tell you what I did. Because my family is Hebrew. I'm born Hebrew. I'm the bloodline of what they call the prophet Daniel. These beings, that tribe of people, was a real tribe of people. And they traced our bloodline to that. So it's sad. So I was 3 years old when it happened. So the whole family became Hebrews and shit. Hold on a minute. So, but growing up as a Hebrew in a synagogue, one of the only black synagogues on the East Coast is my family. So I was raised in a synagogue, and I called on Yahweh and Yahshua. I spoke some Hebrew, like shalom to the sisters, and my sister right now, she could speak fluent with it. I never really got into it, and something was wrong with it. So then I crossed over to Islam, and I became a Sunni Muslim. When I say Sunni Muslim is full dress. I look like a penguin. Let me help you out. If you don't know what a hijab is, that's a long dress. The kimar is the thing around their heads when you just see their fucking eyes. A kimar and a hijab, but I didn't have my face covered, so I looked more like a nun. I walked that walk for 3 years. I walked that walk for 3 years. Somebody can do, anybody. And I prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. 5 times a day I made salat. And it went a little something like Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Aliki Yawmadin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. And I did this shit 5 times a day. And every Friday at 1:30 I went to Jumar and listened to the khutbah at the temple. Let me tell you what goes on at the temple. You got to go in. You take your shoes off. You got to go into the room and you got to make wudu. Wudu is a wash. You have to wash yourself before you walk in the temple. Or you have to make ablution, which is a full body wash before you walk into the temple. And we wash and we go into the temple. And we sit at 1:30 and we listen to the cook bar. And they'll call over the loudspeakers all over the neighborhood. When y'all hear that, they call over loudspeakers. Start calling. It's called the call of the adhan. And then you go in there and all the women's in the back and all the men is in the front. And when you make this salat, you bow down on the floor and put your head on the ground. But when you look up, all you see is the asses of all these men. I thought right there, something fucking wrong. I did that shit for 3 years, though, I tried to figure that shit out. And then I started realizing, I'm like, damn, this book, the Quran, that goes along with the Hadith, if there's any Muslims in the room, this book is very similar to the Holy Biblios. And what part of the Biblios? The Tanakh or the Torah. I'm like, this shit is real similar. So I'm like, wow, you got David and Aisha, and you got Muhammad and Aisha. You got Muhammad was a 54-year-old man fucking a 9-year-old little girl in the books of these Muslims. I'm like, what the fuck? Something wrong with this shit now. I love God. You feel me? At the time, I love God. Something wrong with this shit, though. My mother calls me a wanderer because I've been in so many religions. So I walked away from all that shit. I ripped that kimar and hijab off after 3 years. I'm like, it's not making sense. Yes, some things were revealed to me and some things came to me. Some things were manifested for me when I called on these names. And then something made me realize, well, damn. Maybe I did that shit myself. Because no matter each name I called on, when I called on Yahshua and Yahweh, and then I called on Jesus, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm like, I still manifested from both. Wouldn't these two beings be in conflict with each other if both of these religions are wrong? So then I went to Buddhism. I went to Buddhism for 2 years. Now, Nam Yo Renge Kyo, Nam Yo Renge Kyo, ring bells and shit like Tina Turner did. I bullshit you not. And I'm like, something wrong with all this shit. But yet I'm still manifesting. So one day I looked up to the heavens. I was in my house and I looked out that window. I said, something's wrong. Because I love God. And I love nature. And I love the source. And I know what I was supposed to do. So I looked up to the heavens and I said, God, I don't know what the fuck is going on. That's good. I said, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I said, I tell you what. I'm going to do something that's so hard for me to do. But I'm about to do this right now. You and me. I said, I give you up. I let go. Right here, right now, I let go. Go get one room, y'all. If you just came in the room, share on your page one time. It might be one sister this message is for. I said, I give you up. I said, because I have the right to self-discover. And everything I know came from somebody else. So I'm going to let you go. But if this shit is real and you are real and you in them books and you went to Moses and you went to this being and you went to Aaron on Mount Fiat and shit, you could come to me. I cried, y'all, for 3 days. Let me let y'all say, y'all ain't seen me all night. I cried for 3 days. I cried for 3 days because I gave up God. I said, I'm just going to wait for you. But right now, you don't, I kept saying it to myself because, I be still talking to him. And I'm like, you don't exist. No, you don't exist. Like, I felt like I was insane. And every time it hit me, I'll just start crying. I just start crying real hard. I called my mother. She told me I was the goddamn devil. I said, you might be right. But I give this shit up. He got to come to me. He got to come to me because you told me that. I don't know shit. You feel me? I don't know where to go research this shit at. I can't afford the books where I got to research this shit at. So I'm taking my soul, me, and connecting it to my maker because I got the fucking right to do that. I have the fucking right not to listen to everybody. So I let him go and all the shit you taught me to. And it started coming in my dreams. The connection started to happen. I started meeting people that was in some deeper sciences. I started meeting people that was decoding Bibles and just doing shit. It just all just started coming to me when I let go. And it all came back to goddess worship. It came all the way down to goddess worship, or all the way up to it. And they started showing me how under every great cathedral is a Wombdom. They didn't call it that. That's our word. This tribe made that. Kataka Habat tribe made that up. We made that up here. The Wombdom. As in kingdom, the Wombdom. All that cathedral over in the Vatican. Underneath the Vatican, y'all, is a big hall of knowledge. But that hall of knowledge used to be a wombman's worship center. Because every woman, even the Caucasian women, every woman worshipped in the ground. Them huge cathedrals over in Madrid, them underneath of it, and don't take my word for it. Go look this shit up. Deny it. Don't deny it until you prove it to yourself. Because all we do is believe what anybody fucking tell you. So don't even believe what I'm telling you. Hear me though. Let it resonate with your spirit or not. But it's enough for you to start looking into. If you need me to give more angles, where to go, what to look into, I'll give you that too. Is all the puppies okay? Everybody okay? Fine. All the babies, Cal? You hear what I'm saying to you? Start looking this shit up for yourself. Even the Kivas. I say it all the time. The little Indian Kivas, that shit is in the ground because it works at womb centers. But then they took you out the equation. They took you out the equation. Not mother, father, and son. The fuck is the balance in the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost? Think about it. Why were you removed, but yet every attribute of God you have? omnipotent, omnipotent, all sustaining. You sustain life. You nurture life. Baby come right out of you and know just where to go. He don't come right out of you and suck on his dad's penis or broken nipples. He comes right out and know that you are God and can sustain his life and suckle off of you. That's the attributes of God, isn't it? Our women, our wombs don't belong in the church. You see everybody? Who you don't see? Okay, you been real slow about puppies. Can't play. Went up the hill. Cap, you been real slow about it. Hold on, y'all. Take it a sec. Just hold him down for a minute.
There's some barking.
Right, you can see them. Puppies!
Dewey's right here.
Yeah.
Puppies like to run off. When Champ is here, Champ comes into play and oh, here they go. Here they come. From the wrong direction. They should have been with us. Hodakiazis. Pretty deep talk so far. I know that I wasn't into religion for too long. Probably, I think I got baptized when I was 18, and that's about it. Got baptized when I was 18, was involved in the church for like 2 or 3 years, but I didn't have a whole bunch to come out of like some people do, thankfully. So, ready, babe?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay.
They okay? Ain't right there?
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Sorry, y'all. Y'all know how it is. Home first. We on this big ass ranch. Badass dogs. They be hauling. Champ, go to bed. Go to bed. It's dark out here. You can't see him, so we ain't got no street lights. Where I leave off at? Candace say hey, Lou.
Peace, Candace. And Jesus.
Peace, everybody. Peace, Jesus,
yeah,
Candace.
Baby doesn't come out sucking on anything but mama's boobs. As we nurture, we do that.
Absolutely, y'all. We're the nurturers. We're the giver of life. They've taken it all from us. You have no place in Christianity. It's a man's world in Christianity. That's why, and it's hard. It's hard in your mind. Oh, Father God, this girl done gone crazy. She's blaspheming. That's because you programmed to that shit. Have you proven it to yourself that I'm fucking blaspheming? Have you gone to the darkness yourself and asked for God? Have you asked God to talk to you? Or it takes somebody to be special to talk to you? The wombs don't belong in church. Not those buildings, because even those buildings to erect something off the ground in that fashion represents the phallus. But even think about it. Their wombs, why they temples and shit like Islam. Why they do they temples in shapes of breasts and stuff? Throughout Egypt, the obelisk shaped. They all got the penis erected. But you got Islam, they all got the breast. All that shit look like breasts. Those domes and shit that they create. Right now, you got the Pope. He's the father of y'all Christianity. Did you know that? But these are the people who killed your Christ. Listen to this shit. The Romans are the ones who killed your Christ, right? But yet you pay your 10% tithes to your church. And your church pay 10% to Rome. If you think I'm lying, go talk to any church on any corner and ask them where they send their money. It's still going to Rome. So you just paying the beings who killed your Christ, which is a white boy with blonde hair and blue eyes. And Leviticus 13:7 say, beware of the blonde-haired, blue-eyed demon. How many of y'all know that the picture of Jesus was, what's his name?
Caesar Borgia.
Yeah, but the artist for Caesar, I think, was Da Vinci. Who the fuck ever it was. It's not my archives right now. I can't pull it up. But they painted Caesar's cousin, who was a murderer in jail. They used him as the picture of Jesus that you got on your wall. Him, his wife, and his new baby. And that's the Holy Trinity. That Holy Trinity. Do y'all even know that? Or you just following because it's been put on you. But the reason that you won't go outside of that book, share the video, y'all, that you won't go outside that book is you scared shitless. Because you were told you're going to go to hell. You're going to be damned. All of this shit is going to fucking happen to you. So you scared your soul. You are afraid because you're so into these fables that's been drilled into you. Let it go. You have the right to self-discovery. Because it's just a book. Well, guess what, though? But even if you're going to stick with the book, stick with the goddamn book. If you're going to stick with the book, go prove it to yourself. Prove everything in that book to be real. Prove half of it to be real. I don't give a fuck with no Hebrew Israelite talking about I was born that shit. Bullshit. They just still going by the book. They not proving shit. They don't even fuck with Africans. If you're not, they think they fucking Israelis and shit. They think they a race of people. The fuck they not even. So they just gone. They just done. If you a Hebrew Israelite sister, get the fuck straight the fuck up out of there. With them niggas telling you what to do. Not respecting the womb, putting you in the back, but you with their mothers. They got their mothers in the back. That's not how that shit roll. That's not what we did. There is no respect for the womb no more. Guess why? You know why there's no respect for the womb no more? Because the wombs don't respect the wombs no more. Y'all go to the motherfucking conscious community for your knowledge. You go to the fucking conscious community for your discernment. You go to the conscious community for your connection to God and your scholarship. Go get your fucking own. Anything they can do, you can do it. So stop being goddamn lazy. Most of y'all who Muslim, you're Muslim because your man went to fucking jail and went and learned that shit. He wasn't Muslim before that shit. He connected with that shit in there so he don't fucking get beat the fuck up and raped and shit. So he had to connect to some shit. So they came out of there. Y'all can be mad at me. It's going to take some fire to burn this shit out your ass. But don't be mad at me. Be mad at yourself for believing that shit and ain't proved it to yourself. How you going to read a whole motherfucking book in Arabic and don't know what the fuck it say? Because you don't read Arabic. So you believe. So prove me wrong. But don't prove me wrong and bring me a book and read to me from this goddamn book. What I need you to do is go decipher the book. I need you to go learn the language of your Muslim book and bring it back to me. And prove that that shit was real. Because you don't even know if that shit really say that. Do you know the Qur'ans that's over here in America don't even say the same shit as the fucking Qur'ans over in Palestine? Did you know that? No, we just believe in, but we are the mothers of civilization. Only we can change this shit around. If you teach your son and your daughter to go to Jesus, where are they going to go? If you teach them to go to nature, where are they going to go? If you teach them to go to the darkness and source, where are they going to go? But why are you where you are? Because that's where your mother sent you. Or your father sent you. It's time for the goddamn awakening. I'm not telling y'all to get out of shit. I'm telling you, if you think your shit real, prove it to me. And don't prove it to me with the book in your hand. Shut the fuck up. Prove it to me because you went and deciphered the goddamn books. Y'all waiting for Sarah Sutton Seti to tell you what's next, and young Pharaoh to tell you what's next. But yet you are the mother of civilization and don't know shit. It's time for a chastisement, not a put down. It's time for a chastisement. It's time that we chastise each other. Shit, chastise me too. What the fuck? You tell me I curse too much, I'm gonna tell you mind your fucking business in my mouth. I'm just flowing. Look up half the words. You don't even know what they talk about, what it means. You don't even know half the words you use. This language, English. Do you know this language that you're speaking is not even an original language? It's borrowed from everybody. Half the words belong to somebody else. You talking about beige. Beige is a French fucking word. Rouge. That's another French word. Hell is Spanish. Jesus is not even English. It's not Aramaic for what he's supposed to be. Jesus is a Spanish word meaning Jesus. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Do you know the word hell does not mean to burn in any motherfucking thing? Hell is a Spanish word. Listen to me. Hell is a Spanish word meaning to be engraved. Whenever they put something in the ground, ask a Latino neighbor. They hell it. They hell it. It's not even an English fucking word. They just make shit up and you be like, oh, yep. Oh, I'm going to hell. All of us going to hell for that matter, because one day all of us will be in the ground. We're not looking shit up. Church is no place for the womb. This place, with all of this masculine and patriarchal energy that subdues feminine energy, is no place for the womb. So these today churches that's resurrected above the ground does not belong to the wombs. But there's another church. There's another kind of church. It's this kind of church. When two or more come together in the name of Source, I come in the midst of you. We gotta get the wombs back together. You go to fuck up in the ground somewhere. Get grounded. Where the stones are, where our power's at. Our power's not erected in this shit. Then even in your church is separated from the ground. So you can go to church, but you can't go to God. You can go to church, but you can't put your feet on the ground to connect to nature and source. How much sense you can't connect to the elements in these buildings? I'm loving this fire. You see what I'm saying? So you go to church, but you can't connect. Only way you can connect is what they say. Then, yeah, you get the spirit. You know what that spirit is? You're spirited, goddammit. Your energy rise, and then it's being guided. Your energy rise, but then it's being told what it's being rise to. When the last time your spirit rose and you just let it go? It's unscripted. When you get around a circle with women and you playing the drums and you dancing and just let the fuck go, y'all call that shit voodoo. No, that's church. Let her go. Let her be free. Let her connect to Source. That's church. Go get a womb, y'all. Right now, share it on your page. If you haven't shared it on your page, share it one time for me. Just share it on your page. Add one sister. But they call that kind of shit voodoo. But then to go to church and everything is scripted. The music is scripted. It's not organic. It's not a free flow. They practiced that shit last Wednesday to come play Sunday. That's not fucking organic. Organic is what Luna's doing right now. She just picked up the drum and she played. She in her practice and she in her play. And then y'all be like, I feel it. We ain't practicing this shit. This girl just learning to play the drum. That's church. That's why they do music in the church, because the sisters used to get together with this goddamn goat skin. And we used to raise vibrations is what we did. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, but just let your spirit feel it. If you think I'm wrong, I want you to go to Jesus. Go to your Jesus. And say, Jesus, prove her wrong. You're never gonna get an answer, goddammit. And when you do, it's because you asked for it. You put it out in the universe and you asked for anybody up there fucking answering you by these names. How about this one? Okay. I got another one for you. Prove my point. Y'all can't see me anyway. Turn it back to the fire. That wood real smoky tonight.
No.
The letter J. Kevin, put some hay on top of that. Get that smoke down. I don't know where they got that wood from. But the letter J did not come out until the 17th century. That means sometime in the 1600s, the letter J did not come out. The letter J was birthed from the letter Y. So the original name was Joshua. So even the man that y'all calling Joshua in the Bible, his name was not Joshua in Aramaic, it was Joshua. So was Joshua really Jesus? Joshua in your book? Because the letter J did not come out until the 17th century. Look it up, which is sometimes in the 1600s. As a matter of fact, in the 1600s, exact date would be 1611, was the Council of Nicaea. Now, at the Council of Nicaea is when they went to your sacred fucking temples. Listen to me. You had the Library of Alexandria in Egypt. And you had Marco Polo on them to come over from the Library of Alexandria and steal all the knowledge out your temple. the Library of Alexandria. They stole all the knowledge of what they wanted. They burnt the rest down. That's why you got them white-looking Egyptians in Egypt. Because once they went over there and they started learning from the Egyptians, then they never wanted to leave. They wanted to be embalmed like them and be buried like them in pyramids and all this shit. They never went over there back to Caesar and shit. But before then, they burnt your shit down. They stole all your fucking knowledge. And then used that same knowledge against you. Because a lot of that knowledge that was over there was about wombdoms, damn it. Egypt wasn't a place for men. Ruled by men. Egypt was ruled by the goddess Nut. Egypt was ruled by Isis. This shit that we doing now with this a lot. Listen, y'all Muslim, you get mad at me, go check it out. Muhammad, the reason you look like a penguin is because Muhammad was with Khadijah. Khadijah was a Catholic woman. She introduced that shit to Islam. So everybody started looking like them goddamn penguins over there in that cathedral. Is what the fuck happened. So then your black man go to jail or some shit, and he